Hey everyone, this is Fergal Panda here. So I tried to tape this video like 2 or 3 times already. I had to, the best thing to do is when you're angry to take a minute. The first time, I'm sorry guys, the first time I did it, I watched it again later. I was like, ooh, no. So anyway, I did it a second time after I've been in the air conditioning. And I was still heated, guys. I was still heated. Okay, I gotta laugh about it because what else can you do? You know what I mean? What else can you do? I'm sorry, guys. I'm also tired right now. It's pretty late now. Okay, so I decided I got to my hotel and I'll put out a video of me driving out here and stuff, and I'll talk about my issue with hot wire. Not recommending it ever, ever. And I don't want to draw this video out talking about that. That's neither here nor there in regards to what the Lectric XP. So anyway, I finally get to the hotel about 3:30. No, I got here at 2:30, but I had to wait because they weren't finished till 3 o'clock to check in. And it was the whole fiasco with hot wire that delayed me, because I was supposed to stay in Salem, but you can look at the other video in regards to what happened with hot wire with that. So anyway, I wasted most of the day, and you know how it is when you waste your day on vacation, and it's not sitting by a pool or by a beach or anything like that. No, it's rushing around trying to get to point A to B, now to C type of stuff. So anyway, I get here, I said, all right, not gonna do much. I might throw the XP back in the car after I get everything unloaded and take a shower and stuff. But I said right now, nah, let me just go ahead and grab some footage of me like riding around the area that I'm in. Throw it up because some people might be curious about a certain area. And so I'm riding the XP. And I got a full charge and everything like that. It gives me a code. E0007. Okay, so I'm riding. It's really hot out here. They're in the middle. Oregon's in the middle of a heat wave, this area. So I'm riding. I got my helmet on. I got the GoPro on, and it gives me the code, and power shuts down. Like it's on, but the power won't go. And this is almost a 60. No, it's probably about 60 pounds with the stuff on it. Bike. You're trying to pedal, and I always use pedal assist, but I didn't buy this bike to have to pedal like a regular bike. It's too heavy. Here I am out here trying to pedal up hills, no joke, trying to pedal up hills with this bike on, and I got a GoPro on my head, and people are probably looking at me like, this dude's going like 3 or 4 miles an hour with a GoPro on his head. We got right there, we got an idiot. He's not doing anything. Looks like he's even struggling. So I get back to the hotel. I'm sweaty, red, angry. Oh, I'm so angry. I mess around with this bike. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this bike has seen water 4 times. You've seen 2 of the times on video. Once was when I was back in Denver, and that was months ago, and it never got close to the hub motor. I made sure of that. And the second time was when I was riding on the beach, and water came in for a hot second. And I got out of it like really quick, but the water was like this deep. It was nothing. Like I was at the total edge of it, and it was just a little bit. It was nothing. It's never seen rain. I don't believe I've ever rode this bike in rain. And I say 4 times because there's probably one other time. But I was very meticulous with this bike in regards to this because I just didn't really trust the workmanship of it. Now the rad power, I would have rolled, not submerging the hub motor or anything like that, of course, but I wouldn't have worried about. But I was always kind of I felt a little sketchy on this one, doing too much on it. So I messed around. I spent my whole day messing with this bike, cleaning, unhooking connectors, and that may not even been the issue. It should not have been the issue, guys. The bike is supposed to be water resistant, because if 4 times it's seen water, like literally 4 times, it can't be that, because who would be able to ride it in Seattle, Portland, Oregon, Washington, British Columbia, any place that it rains? Your bike would be dead. So I probably need, I'll leave it alone for a little bit tonight. I probably need a new controller, or I need a hub motor. Don't know. I'm probably not going to get either one unless I get a deal on them somewhere. And then more than likely, I'm going to sell this bike. I thought I would keep it for my spouse, for her to have. That was the plans, actually, was for her to have it, and then I would get the Fido, F-I-I-D-O X. I think it's called the X, or the Rad Power Rad Mini, and it's more than likely going to be the Rad Power Mini, just because the Rad Runner 1 was a great bike. It just wasn't a folding, and I was trying to be frugal, and I kept seeing all the commercials for the Lectric XP, and it was cheap, and I sold that. Also, I sold that Rad Runner for a profit, because, you know, COVID started hitting and everyone wanted electric bikes. Anyway, I made like $400 or $500 on that bike from what I paid for. I got all these discounts too for being a first responder, all this stuff. And so I bought this bike for $899. So technically, with what I saved, I probably only really spent $500-ish, I would say, on this bike. Granted, it took a month to get here, and I've been fairly satisfied with it. I was not satisfied with the range. Certain quality issues I didn't like in regards to the brakes, having to adjust the brakes all the time. It's just certain little things like that. More so the range was a big one for me. And the range wouldn't have been an issue if you actually were able to buy a battery. The reason I got this bike is it was folding, and the batteries were like $249 or $299 when I bought it, but they were sold out when I bought it. Here's the thing is, how long ago was my first video on this Lectric XP, and they're still sold out? And I even called them, and they're like, oh no, we're sold out. We can put you on a mailing list to let you know. What is that gonna do? You know what I mean? How about you guys have people pay to be on the list, and once you come up, when you just keep emailing them, letting them know, hey, you're up, you're number 50 or whatever, then you send them their battery. You know? So everything I wanted to do, I couldn't do. Here's the good thing though about this bike. If I get rid of it, if I'm not able to fix it, or it's not affordable to fix it, or it's just a lot of hassle, the battery in it, because they're just pumping these bikes out, but they're not, you know, they got so many of these bikes selling, but you can't get a battery for it, is it's made them hot. So the battery in this thing is worth $400 or $500. Because there's someone just like me, I almost pulled the trigger on a battery, practically new battery on eBay. It was $400 and some. I know, now I'm like, thank God I didn't buy it. So anyway, sell the battery out of it. I sell the Lectric XP for a few $100s. I've lost nothing on it. The thing that bums me out, everyone, about this is, I'm sorry if it's shaking, I'm sitting on my bed, is that I didn't want to bring this bike. My whole idea, you know, yeah, I get a little more views with the bike. Actually, really, I don't, not as much. I wanted to bring my Mercane 1000-watt scooter out here, my dual motor one, because it has better range. It can go 20 miles an hour, or it can go 25 miles an hour. Has a larger battery, it's quicker, it can get up hills a lot better than this, actually. The only thing about it was I didn't feel like I'd get any workout when I'd be riding it, but the reality of it is, it didn't matter if I was getting a workout on it, because on vacation, I do a lot of hiking. I like walking around and doing stuff too, so who cares? But the thing about it was, that's still under a warranty, and the warranty's still good for another like 2.5 years through Amazon. So if I had any problems, I just send it back, you know, and get my money back. And the size of it, it folds down. It's not as nowhere near as big as this, a lot narrower, shorter. And I could have took it anywhere. And now I have a bike in my vehicle that's a paperweight that just takes up space. You know how I told you about how I slept and I said I wasn't really that comfortable, you know, and it was the bike. I mean, I slept, don't get me wrong, I saved money sleeping in the car, but if I didn't have that bike, I've slept in that car without the bike, with my dog in there, my big old 130-pound dog, and we were both comfy, you know, but in the bike in there, you know, it narrows you down to you're in like a super single bed, like the point where, you know, you can't move. So I had to make this video a third time because, you know, I was just so angry because I'm carrying this thing around and it's a waste of space in my car. Oh man, you guys, you saw how I had my car packed. You saw how much room the bike took up. If I had the scooter, it folds right down, right there. It's about that wide, maybe about like that wide, and it's fully functional. You know, I can take it in stores with me, even. It's heavy, but I can put it in store. If I want to go to Walmart, I don't really want to go to Walmart, but whatever, some little natural grocery or something, I could honestly put it right in the shopping cart and push it with me, not have to worry about even locking it up outside. So that's where we stand on it. So I'll mess with it a little bit when I get back. I realize I wasted my day, not just because of the bike, but hot wire and all that too. Those, in one day, guys, those two stupid things happened on my vacation. I wouldn't care that much about that bike if it happened when I was at home, but the fact of the matter is I gotta lug it around the whole time, and I'm just gonna look at it the whole time. I want to throw it off a cliff. Now that's a quality issue. It has nothing to do with water resistance, because like I said, it's seen water maybe 4 times, and I don't think I've ever ridden it in rain. And you're telling me with 390 miles on it, I'm having problems? Let that sink in. 390 miles. I have an Anchier 16-inch, 250-watt folding bike that has outlasted this bike. My tires still look pretty brand new on this bike. It's been off-road 2-3 times, really, if you want to even call it that. It hasn't, okay, maybe 5 or 6 times, but okay, gravel, dirt. You guys see my videos. When you see my videos of me riding, that's how many times I've ridden it on dirt. It's mostly been on asphalt. I don't know. And you know, here's the funny thing is, I thought about bringing the Anchier bike, but I was like, oh no, I want to get some video on the beach. Let me tell you about the beach. The beach wasn't that fun on that bike. You know why? It's underpowered for its size, and it drained the battery. So, okay, this is why it was hot. So the day before, the other day when I rode the bike on the beach, I had 3 bars. I said, once I hit 3 bars, I've looked at the voltmeter too, and you know, they're both kind of sketched to try and judge by, but I said, when I hit 3 bars, I'm turning around. Hit 3 bars, turned it right around. Now, I probably went out about 10, maybe 12 miles, maybe. It always seems like you're going further on these. I need to take a GPS because I don't think I get the range that I think I do. Anyway, I'm way down the beach, and it's been a workout the whole time, but not really that fun of a workout because, like I said, the motor is weak for the size of the bike. In my honest opinion, I just think it is. And it dies. Oh, it starts dying on me. Yeah, it's 1 bar, and of course it's inaccurate. It starts dying on me. You know, I pushed that bike probably about 4 or 5 miles in the sand. So I get back to my car, I'm so hot. I'm not angry, I'm sort of angry actually, but then you don't just have to, you're not just pushing it on the beach, but then you have to go up to where, you know, where you parked at. Now it's the really soft sand, which is pretty far away. So I'm lugging this bike. It can't ride in it, of course, and it cuts off on and off because the battery's so low. The battery was like really low on it. And so I told my spouse that. She said, "You pushed that bike 5 miles?" I said, "Yeah, I pushed it basically 5 miles." And she's like, "Okay." You know, and I was thinking in my head, see, if I had that extra battery, it was just the whole plan, I wouldn't have had this problem. So I get it back and I'm riding it all around. I'm riding it all around after I get up there. It's just the battery's low. And then I got tired of getting on it and having to hop off of it because the battery go. And then I rode it around for another 10, 15 minutes in the big old parking lot. And then today, here I am pushing this bike, trying to pedal this bike. And it's like 90 degrees out here and kind of humid, up hills and stuff, trying to get back to my hotel. And I'm like, man, this is killing me. Y'all killing me with this. So I tell you this, sometimes you gotta follow your gut instinct, because I would have never brought this bike. I really wouldn't. I didn't want to bring this bike just because it takes up so much room in the car. I wanted to bring my scooter. And I talked myself out of it. Or heck, I should have brought the Angier. Honestly, that Angier 250 watts takes my big butt around. I mean, it has no problem taking me where I need to go. And guess what? If I wear the battery out on it, I hop off of it. It weighs nothing and I push it. Granted, I probably look like a clown on a little bitty bike or something, but what do I care in a small town? Riding around in some cute little beach town. Anyway, I'm still going to do videos of me going around on all the different places I go and I check out and I eat and all that stuff. The good thing about today was I got a better deal in my hotel, not using hot wire in another area. But what was it? Oh, I went to some place called, I think, Burger Hut in Salem, because I was supposed to stay in Salem. And I was so angry after. No, I don't even want to talk about hot wire. You can look at my other video on that and waste time on that one. Anyway, man, it was good. It was good. And I'm not trying to eat a bunch of burgers and stuff, but I had to eat because I was so angry about the other issue before this issue. So anyway, I'm going to keep messing with it, checking on the connectors and all that. If the hub motor or the controller when I get back is affordable, then I'll pick one up. I'm selling this bike. It's gone. That's just how it is. And I'm gonna get a Rad Power or a Fido, whatever it is. Anyway, this is enough of this video. I got some plans for tomorrow. I am not wasting my day messing with this bike. I'm on vacation. The only thing I wish I could do is, honestly, if I could put it on Craigslist right now and get rid of this bike and not lug it back, I'd be a happy camper. That's just to be honest with you. I'm thinking in my head, if I had, jokes aside though, I was thinking in my head, if I had the Rad Power, one of the Rad Power bikes, their dealership's right up here in, I think, Washington, maybe Seattle. I said, if I had any issues, I could wait till I get up to Washington and, hey guys, come check this bike out. What's my problem with it? But what support am I gonna get? It took me a month to get the bike. I've tried to, make it work as best I can. I think it's a cool looking bike, but I'll be honest with you, the range is too weak for me. And what really hit me was when I hit the beach. It wasn't just that the range, I knew it was gonna go down, being on sand, but the main thing that got me was realizing it's not very powerful. Like, it's weak when it comes to like stuff like that. And I guess, going up hills and stuff, yeah. But then I started, this bike is pretty weak. It needs a bigger motor than 500 watts in it. And I was thinking, man, if I had the Rad Power, it's 500 watt, or is it really 750? I think they have it at 500 with a max of 750, if I remember right. But it is what it is, guys. I said, like I said, I wouldn't care too much about it, something like this happening to it. If I was at home, the fact of the matter is I'm on. on vacation. Here's the thing, I almost did it before I left. I almost threw that scooter in there too. I was like, oh, and I started thinking, but that's like, no, where are you gonna sleep? What are you gonna do? You know, where you gonna put the scooter? It's not gonna fit. I mean, it would fit, but where are you gonna sleep? And I was like, I talked myself out of it. Anyway, at this point, I cannot recommend the Lectric XP bikes. 390 miles. 395 now because I was testing it out with the error codes and stuff. It kick on, kick off, kick on, kick off. You know, out there burning up in the sun. Guys, I was burning up in the sun, riding around the hotel parking lot. People look at me like, what is this idiot doing? Because here's the thing is, I was so afraid of taking this bike out on the street again, because I did it the first couple of times, like, oh, it's good. Get out there, error, pedaling back, you know. So if a bike is not dependable or a piece of equipment is not dependable, how can you have faith in it? I'm sorry, guys, but at this point, I won't recommend a Lectric XP bike to people. 390 miles on a bike is unsatisfactory for it to start having error codes. That is unsatisfactory. 390 miles. And I'm not the only one. I go on the blogs. When I bought it, I know about the controller issues and all that stuff. Come on now. No. But I can't recommend it to you guys. I will tell you something that someone told me a while back ago, and I knew they were right at the time, but like I said, I said, well, if I could get, 3,000 miles out of it, it was a good buy. Because that's a lot of riding I'd get. But 390 miles? That's all I gotta say. 390 miles before it started failing on me. Battery's good in it though. Anyway, y'all, that's enough of my rant, but like I said, it took me a couple times of doing this video to calm down and not just go on totally, because it wasn't just the bike, it was the hot wire issue on top of it. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me, guys. I'm on vacation. Still doing videos. I got so many places I wanna see. The bike doesn't play a part in it. Now, but here's the thing is, I have my GoPro on my helmet. I might rent some bikes to ride around, because I know some of these places have bikes or scooters or whatever, and ride around my GoPro on too. But I think a lot of people just want to see the places I visit and check out places, and I'll be a lot more focused on that, of course, now. But I actually really enjoy that, guys, more than hopping on that bike and dodging traffic here, but we're gonna do what we gotta do. Anyway, that's all I had to say. I hope you have a good day. I hope my day didn't ruin your day. Good night, everyone.